Okay, so I'm gonna do a more upbeat video. I'm gonna talk about how I lost 50 pounds in 4 years. I feel great. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm 146 pounds, 45, 46. I'm 46 years old. I'm 5'7", and I can wear any Ralph Lauren outfit I want. Um, I love this one. Snap Polo is pretty cool. With the yeah. So side stripes. If a shirt has side stripes, I'm getting it. But um, you know. So what I was gonna say is that being thin is kind of intoxicating. Okay, I'm gonna say it's intoxicating. It's like you're walking on clouds. You want people to see you. When you look good, you want people to see you. You know, you want them to look at you when you're walking. You know, it's different when you're not in shape and when maybe you're more self-conscious. When people might look at you. You know, unfortunately, maybe that's a little bit of being paranoid, right? Not everybody's looking at you. Everybody's looking around when you're walking around outside, and people just manage to catch eyes. You know, that's how it works. You know, that's how it works. But there are the times where you can see somebody looking at your clothes, and you know those times when they look at the shoes or they look at the shirt or they give you a look. You know, they're looking at they're looking at you. And hopefully, they think you're attractive or they think you're good to look at, right? Someone that's good looking, they're good to look at. It's not like I'm looking at like Swamp Thing. It's not like I don't want to see Swamp Thing, even though Swamp Thing is a cool character. I probably don't want to see everybody that I look at in the entire world be Swamp Thing, right? I want to see people that I'm not saying it's nothing bad about. I'm not saying about who looks good or who looks bad. I'm just saying, when you go to a museum and you see a nice statue of a chiseled figure, that attracts you. That attracts your eye. So, um, uh, but yeah, I lost 50 pounds in 4 years, and a lot of credit goes to my doctor. And I would give 50% of the credit of my weight loss to my doctor, because a lot of people don't understand, and I don't know why this agenda is not pushed more, where we have to get people to go to the doctor. People are scared of the doctor. I think especially men are scared of doctors. They're scared of doctors, and I don't know what it is. Is it an old way of thinking? Is it a macho way of thinking? Like, I don't need to see a doctor. I'm fine. I can get through this. But I'm trying not to be that way, and I don't think I am that way. I've go to my doctor, and I've made him happy. The thing about going to see your doctor is it's really a journey, right? It's a journey with your doctor through through the land of health. It's like you're in Dungeons and Dragons, and there's high cholesterol, and look out, here comes adult onset diabetes, because you're overweight. So that was really really weird. But what I'm trying to say is that if you're smart, you will go to your doctor. It's very important to go to your doctor. And the great thing about having a doctor that you trust and that you want to make happy, right? Because everybody wants to be happy. You want to lose the weight to make your doctor happy. Making your doctor happy makes you happy, right? And then everybody's happy. Everybody's achieved that goal of being happy, and that's what we're all trying to do in this life. We're trying to be happy, And if losing 50 pounds and making myself happy, making my doctor happy to see what I achieved, and I won't say my doctor's name. I'll ask permission first, because I'm an influencer, and that's what we have to do. So anyway, yes, it's a journey, and my doctor, I'm going to give him 50% of the credit, because he really helped keep me motivated. And yeah, so the other 50% is me, and me being the way I am, I like to be thin, and I really tie my weight loss to it's going to sound interesting, to my selection of clothes. Now, this is a shirt, okay, that I own, and if I was to put on weight, this is shirt, it's not gonna look as nice on me. And that's gonna bum me out. Okay, it's gonna bum me out. Okay, so that's one thing I use. I really tie my, it's gonna bum me out, you know? And, you know, I dress I dress always colorfully, you know? I don't wear any dark colors. I mean, I wear some solid clothes. I wear solid clothes, but you know, they're the type of clothes I want to wear that are solid clothes. I'm not just throwing on a t-shirt, like, unless I'm probably going to bed, I'm not ever just throwing on a t-shirt, you know, to go out to the supermarket. I'm not going to the supermarket and, you know, I'm going to go to the supermarket and at least wear something that I want to look good in and have people look at me. So, and you know, it really is amazing, you know, just feeling like yourself, like how you should look, how you want to look, how you always wanted to look. It was last summer when I realized that this is where I was supposed to get to with my health and how I looked and my self-esteem. This is where I was supposed to always get to. And that happened last summer. And it hit me like that. I was taking a walk and I said, holy crap, everything that I had done in the past was meant to get me to this spot. I'm telling you, it's meant to get me to that spot in this. What I mean to say is, yes, sad things have, you know, I've had quite a lot of loss in the recent years. My father passed away. My Aunt Mindy just passed away, and that's been difficult. And I also lost my cat Logan. That was rough. He had cancer. That was in the summer. So I've had a lot of things that have happened, and you know, these things they shape you. They shape you, you know, and it's very powerful, and it's but anyway, that was last summer when I felt that. So it was a pretty profound moment, to be honest with you. And I don't know if you've ever felt that, where you get to a point and you're like, wow, like what I mean, it was more like the choices you've made were meant to get you to the way you are right now. That whatever you did, whatever regrets you had, they weren't mistakes, if I can say that. You were meant to get to here. And that's how I felt, and that's how I still feel. So if you want to feel that way, then you're gonna start eating healthy, okay? You're gonna stop fast food. I quit fast food 4 years ago. Zero fast food. I don't eat McDonald's. I don't eat Wendy's. I'm very passionate about this. You know, you can't eat that stuff. You can't eat that stuff. You're a smart person. You're the type of person, you're smart. You know that if I go into McDonald's, I'm just gonna be lazy, because it is laziness. That's laziness, you know. People say ADHD is laziness, but laziness, that's going to McDonald's, that's going to Wendy's, that's going to Burger King, and that's getting that food. You know, laziness is not cooking dinner. Laziness is ordering out. Okay, that's lazy. Okay, but hey, I order out once a week. Okay, so thank you, DoorDash. Thank you. Everybody's great. I just don't want to. I don't want to upset anybody. You know, that's just me. You know, if you know me, you know that. So, you're gonna quit fast food. You're gonna quit all that stuff. Okay, and you're going to start cooking all of your meals at home and only eat out once a week. I go to the supermarket, and what I do is I get a protein per night. Okay? So I basically go to the supermarket and I say, what am I going to eat tomorrow? What am I going to eat the next day? Tomorrow I'm going to have this frozen snapper that I got. Stop and Shop has this great frozen snapper. It's it's a wild caught frozen snapper fillet. Like, you can't get better than this. This is $8. This, 2 people could eat this, but I'm gonna eat the whole thing. So, because I'm only gonna eat it with a vegetable. Okay, I don't cook a lot of starches with my dinners. I eat sourdough bread as my starch throughout the day. And then, you know, I bought ground turkey, which is frozen. That's another night. Okay, so you have to plan your proteins, and if you're a vegetarian, then you have to plan those things too, or if you're vegan, you have to plan those meals. You know, you need to know that there's something in the fridge ready to go, and you need to know that you can prepare it any way you want and have fun doing it. Okay, now there's going to be times when you're tired as hell, and that's the time where I will usually order out that Chinese food, and I usually do it once a week. I usually order Chinese food out once a week. So just once a week. You can cheat once a day. You can cheat once a week, okay? Or if you're gonna go out with friends, you know, you're gonna go and eat out with friends. What I'm saying is go out with your friends and go eat, okay? But the trick is you're not gonna go out and eat the next day or the next day or the next day or the next day or the next day. You might not go out to eat for 6 days because you're planned. You're like, tonight I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna go have some dinner, and then the next day I'm gonna go and cook my protein and my vegetable. Now I cook root vegetables. That's how I also get starch. I'll cook turnips. I'll cook carrots. I'll cook parsnips. And you know, maybe I should do some more cooking videos, but I really just think this is a good video. It's a more uplifting video than my last video. I don't wanna have to always talk about work. Okay, so this is me. This is me not doing work. This is me. This is me showing you how to cook. This is me making this jewelry. But anyway, the other thing that I love is dates. I love dates. 25% of my diet is probably dates per day. I have at least, 8 dates per day. I have 8 dates. I have 8 of these dates per day. The Medjool dates are the best. So a serving, 2 to 3 dates, is 140 calories. So figure I have 8. I'm probably eating close to 350 calories of Medjool dates a day. There's nothing wrong with that because dates are amazing for you. That's okay. And there's plenty of jokes you can make about dates, you know. Oh, I just had a date. Oh, you know. But, okay, guys. This has been a long video, and I hope it's been an uplifting video. Okay, talk to you guys later.